Clearly, an alpha male is going to be a guy who's going to be invested in the woman that he's with. Now, that is if that guy, that quote unquote alpha male, is in a monogamous relationship with one woman. Yes. If that guy has the sport fucking gene, then probably not. He's not going to worry about it too much. You know why? Because if that doesn't work out with that chick, he's got 4 other girls on speed dial. So what's alpha behavior? What's bad? You could be both. Both can be true at the same time, right? So I've heard people, I thank you for this, because I've heard a lot of guys who will say, don't you think that mate guarding behavior is beta? Well, yeah, from the beta perspective, yes. Wouldn't mate guarding also be alpha behavior? It could be, but you're going to see less mate guarding behavior from guys who are sort of like dyed in the wool alphas because they don't need to. Because they are so high value that they know that the woman that they're with, that woman's not going to be able to find another Justin Waller. I'm sorry, I keep using his name, but like that woman's not going to be able to find a better match than him. This is also, by the way, when people ask me this question, and this is when I get this sort of like, I don't really talk about this too much on my shows, but when people ask me about like body count, well, Rollo, don't you think body count should be important? I said, I can tell you why you think it's important, or most people think it's important. For me, I would say this is like, if I'm the best that bitch can do, I'm not worried about alpha widows. You want to know what here's the solution. The solution to the alpha widow dynamic, the solution to, well, really even the war brides dynamic. The best practice that I can think of is you have to be her best option. You have to be the dude who fucking lays down better than anybody else. If that's not you, don't get with that chick. If you think, oh, well, she's been with a million girls, I can't trust her, Rollo. She's fucked a lot of guys, blah, blah, blah. She's been ran through. Okay. The reason why you have a problem with that is because one of those guys in her pool of guys that she's fucked in the past, one of those, probably more than one, but at least one of those guys is better than you. He had drove a faster car. He had more money, whatever it is. If you're the guy that can defeat that can, you say, well, I'm always, trying to play catch up and try to, defeat the ghosts of dicks in the past. Well, if you have a problem with that, get another chick. Then I would say, yes, eject, go ahead. Fine. Find a better chick. Right? But if that's not you, and you're like, I don't give a flying fuck. I know who I am. I'm a fucking badass. And I'm better than every guy that she's ever fucked in her past. Right. And I'm the guy that's left her with the biggest, strongest, most significant alpha impression in her fucking life. And I know I don't have to worry about her fucking cheating on me because I know she's not going to get better than me. If I'm that dude, if you're that dude, it doesn't matter how many guys she's fucked in the past, because really all that concern over body count is really concern over 1 or 2 or 3 of those guys in her past, leaving her with the most significant alpha impact that you cannot measure up to. If you think that that's the case, get the fuck out. You have my permit, vaya con Dios, man. Get the fuck out. But if you are that big a badass, alpha guys don't have to worry about mate guarding that much. Well, I mean, it's not that they don't, but they don't have to worry about it as much as say like guys who are beta males who don't have sexual experience. Guys who don't fuck, guys who call it plowing. If you're calling it plowing, you don't fuck. Those guys have more to lose because it's return on investment, right? It's sunk cost. I put all this energy, I put all my eggs in one basket. I put everything into this girl. I better protect her. I better put my arms around her. I better make sure I better be more possessive. The most possessive guys aren't alpha males. They're beta males. They're the guys that want it. They're scared shitless because they know they're batting above their league, right? They're fucking punching above their weight. You get with a chick who's a hot piece of ass and everything like that. The most nervous dude you will ever meet is the guy who knows that the chick that he's with is like way out of his caliber, and that there's probably some guy who could come and swoop that chick. So what does he have to do? He has to be better. He has to make more money. He's got to, get an extension. I don't know how you do that. He's got to fucking be more jacked. He's got to do whatever it is. You want to know what motivates guys to be better guys? Getting fucking laid. That's what it is. Sorry to say it. That's how it works. Nothing is more motivating than a breakup. Nothing is more motivating than like, I want to be better. I want to be better because First of all, because I want to make more money. I want, like, it's better for me as well. But you know what? I want access to better chicks. Nothing's more motivating than that. And I'm sorry if you guys think that that's shallow. It's not fucking shallow. I was talking to guys in it was my we were if you haven't noticed, me and Mike Sartain on Fridays, we've been doing Twitter Spaces. We had this one guy who was he was 28 years old, and he was in, I don't know the dude's name, he was in San Diego. Sorry, I don't remember his name. But he was in San Diego, and he wanted to move. He wanted to get out of San Diego. He says, the chicks that are here, I don't want to get with them. And we're, of course, Mike's like, come to Vegas. There's plenty of hot chicks. And I'm of the opinion, go fish where the fish are. Look, if that's important to you, you want to have a change in your life. I want to get a better job. I want to go to a different school. I want to study for something else. I want to change direction. I want to get with better chicks. I want to do, like, that could be part of it. It doesn't have to be the sole, like, impetus of it, but it could be part of it. And there's nothing fucking shallow about that. So if where you live in the Midwest or something like that, there's no chicks there, move. Go where the fucking fish are. And there's no it's not shallow. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, do other things too. Don't make that your only priority. But, like, if you want to go to Vegas, if you want to go to Miami, you want to go to, I don't know, Dallas, LA, Scottsdale, go to Scottsdale. There are definitely some hot chicks in Scottsdale. Then do it. Go there, and no shame. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be self-improve. And I've said this before. I've used this analogy. I think I used this analogy. Sorry for using a metaphor again, but there is the deer makes the wolf a better wolf. So the deer is more scary, frightened. It's more reactive. It's more jittery. It's faster. It's quicker. And the wolf has to compensate for that. The wolf has to say, okay, I got to be smarter. I got to be stronger. I got to be more clever. I got to figure out techniques and strategies on how to get the deer. Right. And then the wolf makes the deer a better deer. So the wolf, knowing that the wolf's there, the deer has to be more on its guard, has to be more reactive, has to be faster, has to jump higher. It has to, move quicker. And so you have this sort of, interplay between the two of them. That's the same way with men and women, man. So you've got the woman that's why people always say, you don't, the hunter doesn't ask the deer how better to catch it, right? That's why women's dating advice sucks. Women aren't going to tell you how to get them. They're going to tell you what sounds right, but they're not going to tell you how, because any guy who's asking that he's a weak wolf. He's a guy who hasn't figured it out. They want you to get it. They want you to get it on your own. They don't want any guy that has to be told how to be masculine by a woman. That's not the man for her. So when guys get frustrated in that situation, there's nothing wrong with wanting to get better. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get more jacked. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make more money. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, even the guys at Turning Point USA who want to say, fucking what? I thought that was interesting because this conflicting message between Officer Tatum and Charlie Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk's like, that dude is, you want to talk, the guy's a male feminist is basically what he is. I mean, his ultimate outcome is a better life for a woman. And that's your job as a man to make that better life happen. You owe women a better life. No. You owe yourself a better life. And as a result of that, bring more women into it as a result of that.
Like, we lost individualism.
Yeah. Well, I hate the fact, like, I don't know if you've ever heard this, because I know you work out, but I remember having conversations. I've written essays about this. I've had guys tell me I have an essay. It's called Crisis of Motive, right? You'll have women who will say, oh, I dress like this for me. No, you don't. You dress like that because you want guys to fuck you. You want guys to, you want the right guys. You want hot guys to come up to you. I used to have, when I was working in the alcohol industry, I used to have my poor girls, maybe, half dressed, or you see these girls in lingerie, bustiers and whatever, they want to look hot. I know they want to look hot. And please keep doing it. Keep wearing makeup and keep doing what you're doing, ladies. This is not Rollo complaining. But then they'll go, if you hit them up and you question them, they go, I dress this way for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I said this to one of these girls one time. I said, so if I was to come over to your house, your apartment, wherever you are, 4:30 tomorrow, you're going to be wearing lingerie, vacuuming your house, you know, and like doing dirty dishes in lingerie, right? Not in t-shirts and sweatpants, right? You're going to be in lingerie because you do that for you. So you're like, oh, you know what? I think I'll put on this cute little nightie and just go clean the windows. No, you don't.
When you sell a product, you dress it up.
Yes. I think, you do that. And again, I told him, I said, there's no shame in that. Like, I know you're here for this. That's okay. You don't have to like sell me on it. I'm good with it. But really, trust me. You don't have to make up some rationale for it. Now, the same thing applies to guys who go to the gym, right? Guys who go, oh, I go to the gym for me.
Hell no.
Dude, you go to the gym because you know that if you get more jacked, chicks look at you longer. They beat longer than normal. Any guy who's been a skinny fuck or been a fat fuck and they went from that to being jacked, you goddamn well know that women will have a different reaction, to have a more positive reaction to you. That's not saying like, oh, if you get like super jacked, like you're going to be a bodybuilder or whatever. Yeah, probably more guys are going to be like, hey, what's your stock? You know, that's what they're going to say. But you know damn well that if you go from zero to hero in the gym, women suddenly they're aroused by you. Suddenly they want to be around you. Suddenly hey, what are you doing, Rollo? Oh, nothing. I'm married. But